couple years out of college, I was feeling like I started doing something in ball. I played a couple places professionally. I played for a traveling team in the States. Just came home from Mexico. I've been to Europe playing already, been to Lithuania playing. When I came home and I was waiting on my agent in Mexico, he was supposed to hit me back like, yo, we're gonna get you in this league, this team's interested. And any of y'all who's played pro, dealt with an agent, and anything, it don't even have to be sports. An agent will try to keep you, like excited that something's gonna happen, even if nothing really is going on. So my Mexican agent kept saying, yeah, we waiting on this and this is gonna happen. So it kept being delayed. Nothing was really popping off. I'm back home in Philly at my parents' house, and I'm like, damn, I was 24 at the time. So I'm like, shit, I gotta move out of this house. Whether it be through ball or something else, I gotta get out of this house because I'm too old to be living in my parents' house. So no offense to anybody who's that age or older who is. But anyway, I ended up getting a job at the end of that summer. I got a job at this place called Philadelphia Sports Club, and this was like a corporate run gym. So I get the job there, and it was good because it was a gym. I always try to get jobs at gyms during the time that I was hooping. Whenever I got a regular job, and I worked at Bally, Total Fitness, this one, and I worked at LA Fitness after that. All during my early part of my career, like the first half of my playing career before I started doing other things. So at this gym called PSC, Philly Sports Club, it was great because I got to work out. Of course, you're an athlete, you want to stay in shape so I can get back to playing overseas and stuff like that. And my manager, I remember when I went in for the interview, manager Gary was like, yo, you came from playing ball. If you trying to play ball again, you're going to be wearing business casual clothes. Ain't no basketball playing while you working here. Are you all right with that? And I was able to, finesse my way through the interview to get hired. So I got hired. And the great thing with PSC, not only did they have a gym that I could practice in, not practice, but work out in, they didn't have a basketball court at my location. So I was working at the one in Society Hill, which is like right outside of downtown Philadelphia. If any of y'all from Philly, you know where Society Hill is. So it's right between Center City and South Street. But that gym had a pool, it had all the weights and the cardio and all that, but no basketball court. But the company had a different location that did have a basketball court. And since I was an employee of the company, I got to use any of the locations. Only thing was, at the time, I was living in this place right off of City Line Avenue, right off of Route 76, City Line Avenue in Philadelphia, right on the line between Philly and Bala Kenwood. And that was like 20 minutes away from my job. My job was in Center City, which was 25 minutes to the south. The location that PSC had where I could use the basketball court, because they had one that did have a court, that was 45 minutes to the north. It was in this place called Chalfont, Pennsylvania. I'm from Philly, had lived in Philly 24 years at that point. I never heard of this town called Chalfont, Pennsylvania. But they had a gym location up there. It was called High Point. It was a big ass gym. Big, like any of y'all members of like Lifetime Fitness now. It was like Lifetime Fitness before Lifetime Fitness. It didn't have, Lifetime got more stuff, but it had a lot of stuff. It had tennis court, it had pools, it had, of course it had all the locker rooms, shower set up, basketball court, big ass weight room space, upstairs, downstairs, racquetball, any sport you could play indoors, they had a setup for. I think they even had hockey in there. I don't even remember. I think they even had hockey in there. They had everything in there. So anyway, is that this place is in the middle of, I ain't gonna say the middle of nowhere, but in a town I never heard of, and I'm from the town. So anyway, I could drive up there and use that gym for free. Thing is, it was 45 minutes north, and I had to be at my job every day. Now, of course, as a basketball player, I want to work on my game every day. So, and I had to be at work at like, I think it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to be at work every day in Society Hill in Center City. So I just had to do some math here. The gym with the basketball court opened at 5:30 a.m. I needed to be at my job I was supposed to be on the clock at 8, so I usually got there early. I always get places early, so I would get there like 7:30. So to get there at 7:30, the drive from the gym with the court to the gym that I worked at was like an hour drive. So for me to get there at maybe 7:45, that was an hour drive. So that means I had to leave the other gym. Now I think I got my timings wrong here. I think I had to be to work at 9 o'clock. So I would get to my job by 8:30. I'll make sure this math is right. So I had to drive an hour to get there. This means I had to leave by like 7:30. Anyway, let me just, long story short, I would get like an hour workout, because I don't remember the exact times. I would get like an hour workout in on the court from 5:30 to like 6:30. Get off the court at 6:30, go take a shower, change. I would bring my work clothes, like some khakis, some slacks, and a button-up shirt and shoes. I would bring that with me, put that on in the gym, and then I would drive straight from the gym that I hooped at to the gym that I worked at every single day. So it's 45 minutes to the north in the morning, and this is like 4 in the morning I'm driving. So I had to start getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Getting up at 4 in the morning, get to the gym by 5:30. So I was leaving the crib by 4:45. Get to the gym by 5:30 to work on my game. Leave the basketball court at 6:30. Take a shower. Leave the gym that I hooped at by 7 o'clock. Get to my job by like 8 o'clock, and then be on the clock, do my work. And then I met somebody. I'm at this gym that has the basketball court, and some dude who worked there, he was looking out over the glass on the basketball court, and he saw me working out. So he came down and talked to me because he could see that I look like I can play, like I could play somewhere. So he was like, yo, we got leagues that play in this gym. Why don't you come up here and play in the league, play on my team? So I was like, all right, cool, because I needed some leagues to play in. So I joined the league to play on his team. So now look at it. I'm leaving my crib at 4 in the morning, right? Going to this gym, working on my game, taking a shower, changing, driving all the way to downtown Philly, working 8 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever I was doing, then driving back up to that same gym the same day to play in a league at night. And I was doing that like 4 nights a week. Playing in that league, I met some other dude. He connected me to another dude that was in Lansdale, my dude Jay Jameson. So I started going to playing in his league at his gym and working out with Jay. So now I'm doing all this back and forth driving. Still got my full-time job, still working on my game in the mornings, and I'm still trying to get on overseas, all going on at the same time. So something has to give. Like, I ain't Superman. It's not possible I could do all these things and still function at 100% in everything. So the thing that I sacrificed that year was sleep. I did not sleep 8 hours a night at all for that entire year, between the time that I got the job at PSC until I actually moved to South Florida, because I was still living in Philly. That was the last thing I did living in Philly, was work at PSC. Then I left, came to South Florida, and then a whole lot of other things happened after that, which you'll hear about in other stories. So that year, I barely slept. I almost got fired from my job because I kept falling asleep in meetings, or I'd be at my desk sleeping and the boss would catch me sleeping, or the assistant manager would catch me and then he snitched to the boss, dry snitched to the boss. So anyway, that year was like a year of really hard hustling, but I knew what my goal was. I knew my outcome was I needed to get back into playing ball. I wasn't going to just get comfortable working at a 9 to 5 that I didn't want to be working at, and I didn't want to be like none of the people that I was working with. Because a lot of people I was working with, it's not like they were bad people, but it seemed to me they didn't really have a vision for their future. Like, they were just cool being where they were at. If nothing happened and they just stayed working there for the next 5 years, it'd be fine. If something did happen, that'd be fine too. But they didn't really have a vision that they were going after. Like, this is the thing that I want to do. I had a thing that I wanted to do. I didn't really have a plan for doing it, but I had a vision of something that I wanted to get to. And that was more than anybody that I was working with had. So I kind of had to keep I was cool with them. Of course, we talked and all that. We had to. But I kept my distance from those people mentally, because I knew where I was trying to go. And it didn't seem like they really knew what they was trying to do. And those are the sacrifices that I was making. Sacrificing sleep, damn near again, almost got fired from my job while doing this. And then I finally joined the gym that was like right outside of where I lived, which was much closer to my house. And I paid to join this gym, even though I had a free gym 45 minutes away. I paid because it was only 5 minutes away driving. And that was the gym where I recorded my first videos that went on YouTube that got people to know me through basketball videos on YouTube. Was this gym's called the Aquatic Fitness Center. It's in Bala Cynwyd. It's still there. Last time I was in Philly, we drove up there. Bala Cynwyd Aquatic Fitness Center. That's where I first started working on my game by myself with a camera, recording myself, and you know, the rest became history. But I'll tell you about that in other videos and other stories. All this stuff is part of the background. It's going in my new book. It's called Work on Your Game, Using the Pro Athlete Mindset to Dominate in Business, Sports, and Life. It's coming out February 22nd. If you like this story or the other stories I've been putting out here the last couple weeks, you're going to love this book, Work on Your Game. It's not just a memoir of me telling all my life. It's some stories, and is also the takeaways that I got from it, the mentality, the discipline, confidence, mental toughness, all the stuff that made Work on Your Game what it is on the court, off the court, and in the business world. Y'all know my name, Dre all day. Link down there to pre-order that book. Pre-order it. We got bonuses for you. Y'all know what it is. Check me for the next story.